Man, I'm so glad I waited on this Conor McGregor showcase. They actually just dropped some new alter egos. You know, they have UFC Fight Night 2013, Max Holloway, and Conor McGregor, which are currently free in the online store right now, which is how I got them immediately. But man, the power of Conor, but also having like the different looks of Conor is really, really cool. And younger Max Holloway as well. And also we got a new character model for Conor at welterweight from his Donald Cerrone fight, where he had like the longer slick back hair, the grown out beard. So we're gonna also be using him. And they also came out with Conor at lightweight, so now we can actually use Conor McGregor at lightweight, which is really cool. Someone that's still missing from the the lightweight division is Islam Makhachev. Still can't really use him just yet. Yeah, but as far as in this fight, I see like him against Max Holloway. I do see ways of him having some advantages. Like one of his main advantages is he's been walking around with a bigger frame compared to Max for about like 4+ years, 4 to 5 years. Oh, this player is crazy. So I think he is more used to having a bigger frame. And Max Holloway is jumping all the way up to 170. So I do see that as a disadvantage for Max's cardio. You know, because him opening up against Dustin Poirier, you know, we see him slow down a little bit as the rounds went on. So him packing on a whole bunch of more weight that he's not used to fighting in very quickly. This is also one of the quickest turnarounds for Max Holloway after a loss. You know, some of these things are gotta be taken into account. You know, this is more the reasons why if Conor can win. And when we're using Max, you know, we'll break down the reasons on how I see him being able to win as well. Max also isn't as durable as he used to be. He used to be a lot more durable. And now he's been dropped in most of his fights. He's got finished by Ilya. He's been dropped by Gaethje, dropped by Poirier, and all that. So, and he got stunned by Charles in like one of the first exchanges that they had towards the end of the fight. You know, some of that was him being gassed out from all the grappling probably. But still, you know, he can't eat and absorb as much damage as he used to. Ooh, lucky man. Ooh, gotta be careful. LeBron, it's pretty quick. I do love this teep that nobody seems to use because people are so focused on his boxing combinations. Oh my god, this kind of feels so nice. Alright, we're going to switch it up to the welterweight division. Here's the look at the 170. I think this is UFC 246 Conor McGregor, which, you know, has the slick back hair, the fully grown out beard. And this is the character model at 170, which looks way, way better than the one we previously had. And it's kind of matching the current look a little bit. We gotta take our time going against Protez. But another thing that Conor has is that power and his counter ability. So I feel like if he is gonna beat Max Holloway or defeat him, it is probably going to be earlier in the fight in like the first round or two. I feel like as the fight drags on, you know, rounds 3, 4, and 5, it will tilt more towards a Max Holloway. There you go, we time a nice teep. Still gotta take our time. This Protez is very powerful. He has to be careful opening up this much with Protez very early on. There you go, 1, 2, 3. I love that combination. Yeah, he's throwing a lot of these big, heavy strikes already. And we're Conor, so I don't really have to throw that much compared. He doesn't have to throw as much either. He is just overextending and overthrowing. Because it's cool he's getting some damage off now, but it's not going to be worth it when he drops a lot of his stamina. It's kind of harder to land low kicks because the reach difference is going to be a little bit harder. He can actually hit us where we're kicking from. There we go, land a nice body shot. Just taking our time with it. But for me, I think Conor wins only by like a very quick finish. This is only the first round, so I'm not really going to be rushing. Especially against a Carlos Protez. Ooh, I can't believe I tracked him, actually. I thought he ducked it. I did want to throw some low kicks at this guy, but he keeps launching combinations at me. And head kicks, so you gotta be careful. Okay, knees are still whiffing. Try to catch him another teep. And welcome to EA Sports. Counter that as well. We already dropped him. We're in control of the round anyways. But also the inactivity of Conor brings concern, but I'll bring more of those points up of why I think Max Holloway is going to win when we actually use Max. Because he also got like a new alter ego as well at featherweight. Like the young version of him from 2013. Yeah, like look how much he's throwing. Let me see. There you go. Try to time some teeps right there. What's pretty cool is they do change stamina with these little fighter updates. And what it feels like is people are dropping even more now, which is good. Yeah, because like he's throwing these big heavy strikes. All right, let's see his adjustments in round 2. No glove touch, that's fine. Double hooks. He's still throwing big volume. Again, with somebody with 91 cardio and some heavy strikes. Personally, I wouldn't use Conor much at welterweight, though, honestly. I mean, he has some broken stats, but this reach disadvantage, I much prefer my Protez. Ian Gary, I do love my Leon Edwards. This is fun to have, though. More accurate models in the proper weight classes is something I'm a big fan of. Hey, look, just nothing but huffing. Big, heavy shots. See, this is why, like, I can't wait for that stamina update, but look, it seems like stamina is dropping a lot faster now. Because this guy hasn't even had crazy volume, and we already dropped his stamina pretty good. Like, he's throwing out heavy 1-2s over and over. There you go, stinger right to the body. Now he's worried about the body, that's why we threw the 1-2 upstairs. And he's worried about the head, we go to the body. Classic mix-ups. You know, of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below on who you think is going to win. We'll probably use featherweight Max for a fight or two, and then use welterweight Max as well, so we can see him against some welterweight fighters. Wow, we lost that exchange somehow. Try to slip right there. There you go, 1-2, lead uppercut. Really cool combo, catch people off guard. Oh yeah, we went right down to the body. Look at that, we actually rocked him with a body cross. Dropped him. See, we're just taking our time with it. We do not have to rush. Nice hook kick right there. Oh my god. Yeah, he is done. On to Max Holloway. Here is young Max Holloway from 2013.
Okay, let's go.
And now, as far as in like the advantages that Max is gonna have, he has so many like great advantages coming into this fight. You know, he's obviously been more active against very high level competition compared to Conor McGregor. Because Conor McGregor hasn't really he hasn't fought in so long. You know, he just fought Charles Oliveira, he fought Ilia Topuria, Dustin Poirier. He beat the shit out of Dustin Poirier as well. You know, somebody that was beating the shit out of Conor his last 2 fights. So, you know, these advantages will carry over. He definitely will probably have better overall cardio. Even though it's a new weight class, he should have better cardio than Conor, I think. But like I said, I haven't seen him perform at this weight jump just yet. So we actually don't know. So that's the thing. We will find out, literally, as my boy Max would say, we'll find out Saturday night, brother. That's one of those questions that will get answered. There, he's got to work that body. Lunge out. Yeah, I can't wait till they patch this feather step Conor because it's so annoying. Gotta make sure we're not getting hit up too much. Yeah, like look how much volume he's thrown already. And he's so fast, and he's also so powerful as well. There you go, right to that body. Right to the body. We have some nice body hooks with Max Holloway. Also, Conor McGregor's not good with being the nail. So, you know, when he's facing adversity and people are just pressing forward, not giving a fuck who he is, he can also have trouble and struggle a lot. So, you know, if he's not hurting Max or landing clean on Max, I feel like the longer the fight goes on, the more in favor I am for Max winning the fight. Because like I said with Conor, I feel like it's going to be a first round or a second round KO if he does get him, like off a counter shot or maybe catching Max Holloway more stationary. That's what I was really thinking for the most part. But there's a lot of great advantages coming into this fight. You know, that'll be a big win for him. You know, I know it might not mean much as far as in the rankings or whatever, but you know, having a win on Conor is nice though. And it's also nice because Max gets, I'm pretty sure he got a great payday for, you know, being Conor's opponent. So, hey, shout out to him. He got a great money fight. Now he's scared to run at me with Conor. There we go, crack him up. But we don't have as much power as him, so we just got to accumulate our damage. I can't wait to say pass shot, feather step on this Conor. Well, I mean the perk in general, because it makes you move 3 times faster than intended. So, yeah. But yeah, I think what he should do is probably take a slower approach, where you know he is taking his time making the reads, you know, having his combos, dashing in and out, using his footwork, and just staying out the way of Conor very early on. There we go, 1-2 up top. Yeah, like look at his pace. And my brother, you better back up, my brother. I am the heat, brother. This Conor is like ridiculous with his volume. Yeah, like look, it's almost impossible to get away from me, Conor, too. For the most part, you just gotta lunge out. You gotta lunge out and constantly circle. Because right now his that feather step perk is broken. It actually works better than a pressure perk, Hunter. So, and it's like I said, it's 3 times faster than intended. So imagine how much. See what I'm saying? You could just sit here and absorb all this damage. This is why I can't wait for that bigger stamina update. That's coming later this week. Should be coming on Thursday. But if I was to bet my money on this fight, I would probably more lean towards Max, because Max makes more sense. Ducking in the uppercuts. Ducking in another one. See what I mean? These are the problems with the core game. How much can he absorb without really... You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we could put a pace, and then it just almost doesn't matter. That's what they need to address. Because Conor, like, bro, we should have had this man out of here. All right, we're going to do some Max Holloway at welterweight. Now we are at Max Holloway in the welterweight division. We're going to be facing a Jorge Masvidal. See what he's all about. Yeah, knees seem to still be missing, so if you guys are missing knees, don't throw them. They're actually currently bugged right now. Yeah, that last fight was really confusing because like it felt stamina was good, and then I had like a Conor throwing triple hooks the whole like fight and hitting his body. I can't wait for those Conors to start gassing out more. He's bobbling his head a lot, so you already know what we can do. Start using feints against him, going in and out, just trying to see what he's gonna throw. Also start kicking those legs. That's also something we could use against him. That was a long hit stun, bro. See, make him whiff, feint that, go to the body. Try to move out the way. Beat into the punch. There you go, we punish him right there. Punish the body again. All this stuff will add up during the fight, though. You have to be careful comboing up against Max. We might not have as much power, but the speed at which we can throw a combination is pretty crazy. We don't have to use that all the time, though. I was gonna try a head kick counter him right here. Feint. Yo, 1-2. See, we punish him for throwing that kick in the pocket immediately. Right to the body on the open side. Tries to do the same. Right to the body again. We're just investing into the body for the most part. He has a lot of forward moving combos, so I'm just trying to be careful with I had that hit stem, he completely whiffed. There we go. Made him whiff a footwork. And we punish him. We got that free hook. Free hook again. Body. Boxing. Yeah. Just using our footwork going in and out. And then now we switch it up top. You know, he was worried about those body shots, right? See, look at that feint. That did actually draw down an attack. We'll go right down to that body. Yeah, you see, he's starting to lash out because he's more frustrated. Moved out of the way with footwork. Right to the body. There we go. He's getting overpowered by us. Come on, come on, come on. He might stay down. There we go. Body, body. Get this man going. I hope you guys enjoyed the showcase of the new content that was added to UFC 6, as well as my breakdown slash small, analysis as a, combat sports fan. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And yes, I'll catch you guys in the next video.